All right. Well, okay. Well, thank you for coming over to play a little bit of Hearthstone,
Yeah,
Skyryuu.
yeah. Thanks for having me, Teddy. Teddy. Yeah.
Yeah, today we're gonna have for our game and chat session. We'll be talking about trading card games, but I thought it would be fun to start with a couple of games of Hearthstone. It's been a while since I've actually played with other people. Let's see. Let me invite you.
I didn't even know we could like play in teams. Is this what this is?
Yeah,
Battlegrounds?
I'm gonna invite you to Battlegrounds. Oh,
Okay.
it
I accepted it.
hanging says you're hanging in the Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
And then like if you press the crown up top, you can play ranked
Okay.
as a duo.
Oh.
So yeah, it's pretty neat. But before we start that, as with every episode, I crack open my drink. There it is. Come by.
Come by.
I'm sure at some point someone's gonna call. You're not even saying it right. And I'm like, I know. Do I look Japanese? Yeah. But yeah, so let's play a couple of ranked duo games.
Mm.
I like playing the battlegrounds mode because the games tend to they either take really long if you're doing well, or they're really short if you're doing horrible.
Oh yes. Yes.
Because I hate like surrendering. I hate giving up because I'm like I feel like when you do that, you're cheating the other player out of the opportunity to see what their cards can do, how they can build, and then like if it's actually whether it be the regular Hearthstone or the battlegrounds, you're cheating them out of the ability to see if they have a strong like team or not.
Mhm.
And so you can actually on the right you can see see you picked this dude with the mohawk,
Mhm.
and so you didn't even discuss with your partner what you wanted to do.
Oh, okay. I'm
Nah,
just
that's
clicking.
fine. I
I don't
think
even.
I'm gonna take the frozen dragon,
How's it? I don't even know how
and
you
so
change
then that
that.
way I can freeze certain cards that you might like or
Okay.
that you might want because you can pass cards to your partner. It also introduces different cards that if you pass them, they increase in strength. And they also are some cards that increase in strength based on the fact that you have them on the field and cards have been passed while they're out on the field. And you can mark cards too. So like that's one of the one I just marked on your side is one of those cards that does that. So I'm gonna take this two card and I'm gonna kind of let it decide what I get. Okay, that's cool.
I'll need you to tell me which cards to choose. Like you're gonna have to do it for both of us.
I mean, you got this. I believe in you.
I
But you can, I would say, to start with, either get the demon card or the other one I already marked. So just grab one and play it. Put it out. Put it out. Put it out. You got.
Yeah, I don't even know what this is.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know the interface. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're picking cards or we're building decks or what.
Yes, we're not building. It's just like regular battlegrounds, except you buy cards and then you play them out. So you're building your team in real time. So it's kind of like a card version of what is that, like active chess or whatever, or like
Sure.
battle chess. So you're doing everything in real time. So he say sure. Um, let's see.
So if I click, I'll see what you're doing.
That would be
Once per turn, you cast a spell.
do that one.
Okay. After you play Merlin.
So you need to pick your card. I would say probably this one or this one.
Okay, I'll go with that.
And then go ahead and put it on that one because you'll probably hold on to that one for a little while.
Undo. Okay.
Yeah, so you need to decide kind of like what type of team you want to build. Like elemental monsters or so on or so on and so on. So like now my team is dead. It's up to you. So you'll be able to defeat that one, but it depends on what this next one has. So we lost that round.
I don't even know what's going on.
You look so flabbergasted. Oh wow. Oh, okay. Well, let me see if I can speed up. So every two turns. Okay. So what we're gonna do? You're gonna build elemental. I just passed your card. You're gonna go for elemental cards for now. So if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and let's see, buy me that card and send it to me. The one I just poked at. He undead.
You mean the backstage security?
Yeah, the card I just marked.
So
Yeah.
how do I buy it?
You just pull it down towards you.
Okay.
And you sell by being you got to play it first, but then you move it up to the tavern keep. So go ahead and play the card I sent you though. So it can not that one.
Oh shit!
That's oh my god! That you bought that for me.
Oh okay.
It's too late now. You can't. Did you just sell that card?
Yeah.
Don't sell them. Oh my god! Oh no!
Sorry.
That was a good card for you. That was gonna help you build your team.
Oh okay. You said tell it to the tavern.
No, I didn't. I said send it to me, but then you played it, and then you were supposed to play the other one. You don't set any card I send you. I'm not sending it for you to sell it.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Whoops.
Oh wow. Okay, I think I'm gonna join a different team.
Like, what's this dragon on the right?
Absolutely not. That's me.
Oh, okay.
And you can. That's how I'm going over to see what you're doing. I'm looking at you ruin us.
This is crazy.
Oh my god. Let's see. Okay, so you want to buy that one, and you want to buy that one because you're gonna do elementals.
Okay.
And you want to play, not sell. How many gold do you have left?
I have.
If you have one gold left, you always want to buy these because in that way you're basically just saving gold.
I have 0 out of 6.
Okay, then play the 2. So don't sell nothing.
Okay.
But play the 2 cards you just at the end of every 3 turns. Oh, okay. So, okay. Let's see, and move the other one to the end. This one, move it to the back, like over here. Like behind, don't sell it. Move it behind to the back. So you never want to have your taunt minions up front because you don't want them to attack and then deplete their health faster.
Well, what's the front and the back?
So they attack from left to right. So when I say back, I mean right, moving them to the right side. So they'll attack last. You want them to basically be there as a barrier to take more attacks, rather than attacking.
Okay.
So, and that's usually how that is. I think you may have won that one unless... Yeah, we won that round. So, yeah, that's good. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure you'll get a hang of it. I mean,
I literally don't know what this interface is.
I mean, it's a lot easier to play this than it is, say, Yu-Gi-Oh!
I literally don't know.
Okay, I'm about to see. I'm going with a undead. I'm going undead myself. I have no idea why I did that. Oh, I know why. Okay, it was a battle cry. Okay, for a second that had me concerned. I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. If you have any left, you can always buy that because then you can put that on the attack. You still want to move that over, and I would say put this one first.
Okay.
So the backstage security should be in to the left, and the passenger should be to the right.
And then pick the checkmarked one.
Yeah, if you got any gold left, did you buy anything?
No.
Oh, buy stuff. Just buy stuff at this point.
I don't know how to buy stuff.
You pull it down towards you. Don't freeze it.
Yeah.
I thought you played Battleground.
I never have. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I never seen it. Never heard it. I mean, I'd click on Battlegrounds and I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I'd leave this because I don't know what buttons are doing or the concept of it.
I see. I see now.
Oh, I probably shouldn't be cursing in this video.
Oh, it's fine. As I say, as of right now, all my content is sponsor free because I'm doing that for the people.
The people.
For the people. I'm
for you guys.
But okay, so now we get to pick a trinket. This is the new thing for this season. Each season has a little thing. So you want to? I can't see your trinkets, so you have to pick one that fits you. I don't know what all of them do yet because this is still fairly new. So 2 turns, choose a greater trinket to buy and replace. I'm gonna get the one that gives me monsters. I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna play that, and um, I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna roll.
Ooh, +3 health and taunt.
Roll. Do this. Now level up. Do this one. You gotta level up.
What's this one?
Up at the
Okay.
top. Yeah. And then now this one because you wanna. That's how you refresh your store
Okay.
to check for others.
Consumes a minion on tower. Gain its stats. Ooh, that's great.
And just buy this one here
Okay.
because none of those are. And then go ahead and buy this one if you have any left. Go ahead and play the one you just bought,
Okay.
and then put this one on this one.
Okay.
Now just play that card. Play it. Play it.
Choose
Never
a
mind. It's too
hungry.
late.
It says choose a
You would have
hungry.
had to pick one out of the store. It's gonna. You should have just played it. It would have, and then you would have picked. You could only pick the one. It'll show you what your options are if ever the card interacts with another one. Ooh, your face looks so like confused. You're like, you know what? Everything that's going on right now is horrible. I don't like it.
It's so confusing because it had an arrow stuck to my cursor.
Yeah, you had to, but it also will bring up to the front the ones you can pick to interact with the ability that you have active. So you just have to make sure it is either helping or hurting. So is it going to devour or destroy something, or is it going to enhance it? And then once you know that, you just make moves based on that.
Because it said it needed to be a demon.
Yeah, so you only got one demon. Basically, I was doing it so you can play it. So you do want to buy this and then play it because you get 2 coins back. Let's see. None of those are elementals. If you wanted to, you can buy that and send it to me. And if you buy it and send it, so you pull it down toward you, and then you drag it over to
Your
the
portal?
circle. Yeah, to my portal. And so I'm gonna buy you this, and don't you play this one? Don't sell that one. Put that one up front. Okay. So and then I'm gonna send you another one.
Up front?
And then you can play that one too. Yeah, you and then go ahead and play the demons. Play one of them.
Okay.
And see, just put it down. Put it anywhere on the board that you want it to be,
Absorb demon.
and it should absorb one from the store.
It did its thing.
Yeah, and then if you want it, because if you get a triple, you get gold, and then you'll get an extra card based on the tier that you want. Um, so yeah, I just say wait. You know, you're good. Just
Okay.
yeah.
Should I give a minion +3 health and taunt?
Put it on this one.
Okay.
Next go, you'll probably sell that one because since we're not really passing that much, it's not going to get much stronger. So the one I gave you has poison on it or venom on it, and whatever it attacks, it's going to kill it as long as it does damage to it. So usually you put those up front so that if it's something with a shield and really strong, you can destroy that shielded minion really quick, unless it has a divine shield. So if it's a taunt, it's just you can destroy the taunt one really fast. But if it's a lot is going on their side. What's all of that? Yeah, reborn they doing like I didn't know we had it like that on this game. Oh Lord. Okay, so we getting reborn. The minions already killed.
Jesus Christ.
What did they just do again?
Stats. What is this?
They making them stronger.
Oh my god.
I might be able to. Maybe. We tied. We gonna tie. Oh, never mind. So I mean, we're still in it. It's only 4 teams. We're not the worst one. Oh, I think we're winning. So there's that. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do this for you. Watch this.
All right.
1, 2. So level up your store, and then now play the card I just gave you, the gold one, and you'll get an extra card.
Gave me a card. Discover a minion from tier 4.
Yeah, and if you play it, you'll get to pick a minion. And you should sell this card. Go up with it.
I gave it to the tavern guy.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to do. And play this card so you can pick your monster.
Wildfire Elemental? What elemental?
Pick this one, but you'll send it to me next turn.
Okay.
And never mind, we're out of time. And yeah, I kind of messed that up. Because I didn't do all what I was supposed to do on mine.
Whoops, I think I messed it up.
No, you're fine.
Well, how come they could attack any of our taunts minions when they feel like?
They taunt. Oh, you shouldn't have played that one. The last one that's on there, you were gonna give that one to me.
The undead?
Yeah, because I'm building undead.
Oh.
Oh, so
okay.
That's why I was like, don't play. I said, don't play that one. You're gonna send that one to me, and then
Oh my god, sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, you'll probably end up selling it. That's a big hit because I don't know. You'll have to figure out which ones you're going for. I guess.
Okay.
So like because you're trying to build like-minded, monsters and stuff. +8. Get a.
So maybe I try to build demons.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I can send you a demon.
I'll give you element. Oh, no, I'll give you undeads. Okay. Choose a friendly demon consumes. Yeah, what the heck, man? I don't even know what this is. I can't upgrade. I can replace. Divine Shield, Wind Fury.
Drinkers. So this one. And
When you sell this, discover a tier 1 minion. No.
tier 1 minion. Where you at?
Your team gets a gold coin.
So if you go ahead and you should sell this one, and since you're gonna do demons, sell that one. No, leave that one. Don't sell that one. Go ahead and sell this dragon that's in your hand, and you want to play this one. Go ahead, just play that one. Go ahead and just play the one at the back. This one.
Okay.
Just set it out. Not that one. The elephant looking one. Yeah. Just set it out and then stop. You're out of time. Because that one, it absorbs minions in the store at the end of every turn. And so it actually can get pretty strong really fast if you build it right. I know for this season they had some. I fought a dude yesterday. He had a minion that had like a 1,200 attack and 2,000 defense.
What the hell?
Yeah, that was my response. He did it fast too, because I was like, none of my monsters are. I think my strongest monster was 400, 500, and I was like, and I was hoping I could get lucky with like a poison or like a Leroy Jenkins, and they would destroy his strongest monster. I did not get that lucky, but yeah, I got second.
Nice.
Yeah. So this round, we seem to be doing pretty good. I mean, was that? Nope, never mind. I thought we had. I already fought the first guy.
Beach ball, what the heck?
Yeah, they got those extra things on there. Okay, so everything that's not a demon, sell it. Since you're except for that poison thing, but sell everything I marked. Sell it. So because you're gonna refill your board with different monsters. Um, let's see, sell that. Sell that. You if you
I can't sell it.
you that's a demon. You don't want to sell that one. The one you got in your hand now. I didn't mark that one, did I? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So shit. Sell them Naga.
Yeah, sell the things that aren't demons. I'm trying to.
But I don't know how to. Because it.
There you go. You got to play it first and then sell it.
I have to play it first, then sell.
Yeah, you got to play it first, then sell.
Oh my god, they make this so confusing. So you just sent?
Yeah, I sent you one.
So I put it in the back.
No, don't play it yet. Okay. You want to finish selling. So go ahead and put that out. The one I just gave you, put it out. Yeah, play it. Just play it. Okay. The one, yeah, and then the one that's gold now. Leave that one. Don't play the other two. Play the picky eaters.
Play them.
Yeah, and sell the okay, and yeah, just stop there for now. Let's see. One demon each turn. Nope, I'm not gonna give you that. So, I mean, this game is not too complicated to understand. I think you just have to know what you're going for and then go for those. I think you might be overthinking it a little bit.
No, this stuff is confusing. They need to explain how do you sell. What are the rules to sell? What do these buttons actually mean?
They do the things.
Do I upgrade?
Do the things. But yeah, you up so. But yeah, basically, you're trying to get that to sell cards you're not using. You sell cards you are using. You hold on to or play. You're trying to build the ultimate deck.
Okay.
So, I could have sworn you said you'd played Battlegrounds before.
I thought Battlegrounds was something else.
Oh, yeah. What did you think it was?
I thought it was the thing where you go in and build a deck. Oh, I thought it was Arena, I guess, where you go in and build a deck from cards they give you, for the options they give you.
Oh, yeah, Arena, yeah. I do horrible in Arena. We're officially out, so we went from first to last. Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'll just skip all this.
Oh, okay.
Or I mean, I'll play it if I'll play again.
Okay, so this time, if we play again, I'm giving you the basics. So this time, you should be able to figure it out.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you if you want to know what cards are good versus bad based on my knowledge, I can give you that.
Okay.
But like, really, it's a simple game. Like
I'm not good at deck construction.
But see, and that's the thing. You shift. My thing is that I always get stuck on one type. Like I'm like, ooh, I want to do like demons this time, or I want to do that, or and you don't always get lucky enough to get the cards in there. Copy hero teammates power, replace card with random in the same tier. Choose a friendly demon. Oh, I got disconnected. Dang it. Pick the demon guy.
Okay.
I'm reconnecting now, but I got disconnected.
You can try and reconnect again by starting another game.
Did you get disconnected too?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because I was the host. That seems kind of messed up, though.
But is that another game, though? A whole other game? I wonder if that's a Blizzard thing. Let me see. If I play.
Yeah, it's more than likely because since that one it has a timer on it, and we were together, it just kicked us out of the whole thing. So they're gonna go in and just have the 3 teams.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me invite you again. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised you've never decided to give Battlegrounds a try. I mean, I know you play. I sent you an invite. I know you play like a ton of trading card games anyway. So yeah, I figured you would poke around all the different modes in Hearthstone.
I did, and when they started explaining everything, I'm like, hell no. Mm-mm. Too many. Clicking it. I just want to go in and fight. Give me a can and Ryu on a card and let me fight.
A can and a Ryu on a card.
Uh-huh.
So you're pushing for a Street Fighter card game.
Sure. that'd be kind of dope, actually.
No.
Rock, paper, scissors type stuff.
Let's see. Both of those are pretty cool.
Okay.
Kirsch playing copy of your last opponent's warband. The Tess Gray main, she's pretty neat because that way if you fight somebody and you really like what they got,
Okay.
copy it after the champion is refreshed. Actually, I'm gonna take this guy.
Sure.
So I could do all of the. He can put divine shields on everything.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
that's pretty OP.
It can be.
Yeah.
Especially if you got like a bunch of minions that destroy in one hit, but you and they're weak. So if like if I'd have fought that dude with all the thousands and I had that, everybody basically one shot kill, but they all could take 2 hits, and then his minions will only be able to take 1 hit. So
that's grimy right there.
Yeah. I've done that before where it's like, oh, that sucks. Like, yes, it does. It's your fault. I'd say probably go with the pirate to start with since she can summon another one.
And I drop her on the field?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love catching some waves.
What's up, bitches? I'm playing Battlegrounds.
Because again, pull down to buy, put in the middle to play, from the middle to the top, stay.
Why would I freeze or unfreeze the minions in the top?
Because if you have some, say for instance, you got 2, and there's a 3rd one up there, but you don't have gold, you can freeze them, so that way they don't refresh next turn.
Oh, they refresh next turn.
No. Have you not noticed?
There's too much shit. You see all these colors on the screen?
So colors, that's your kryptonite.
Yes. Colors, objects, and things.
Oh, so everything.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect sense.
Oh, if I use all my gold coins to increase my tier, I can't get any minions.
Exactly. So then, like, say for instance, if there was another one up there you wanted, you could freeze it. And then you could still level up. So sometimes, especially when you're doing split play, like I would suggest leveling up your tavern because I should have enough firepower to cover for your lack of buying a minion.
Okay.
And so sometimes partners will do that. Also, you see how that one's glowing green? Don't mess with that one before you accidentally sell it. But the one that's glowing green, that just shows you that your partner has it. And it's a way to. So if you can't communicate, you can look back and forth, but then you could be like, oh, so my partner has these, so let me buy this for him so that I can give it to him.
I didn't see a green glow.
You have to look closer at it, but it's there. It's there. And my monsters got stronger because of the dude we were fighting.
Oh, I see the green glow.
Yeah.
So
But I don't want it.
Okay.
I'll get it later. You focus on building your team. Ooh, give me this one.
You want this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I bought it. I have to hand it to you through the portal?
Yeah, you move it over to the portal, but it costs 1 gold coin.
Okay. And then
that's it?
But I have a gold coin left, though. So what if I want to replace... I think I want... After Friendly Dragon, would I get Pirates? I think I'll go Dragons. They have a lot of Dragons here.
But you can't buy it. It's 3 to buy.
Okay. So...
We'll just play for now. And increase the time there. So you can freeze it, or refresh. Or also, like, don't forget you got your ability. So, like, say for instance, if you were like, oh, I'm going dragons, and they had a dragon you wanted, you can refresh, and it'll bring up the people you just fought.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Because I've done that before and been like, oh, okay, your team has things that are better than mine. So let me refresh, and this actually works for me. Thank you. So look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, we won it. I defeated both, so we just brought in yours, and that gives us the total.
The Pirates. I'm gonna look at your thing. You got monsters on there. Hold on. So you got the shield, dude. You want the shield, dude? So I guess I could upgrade.
Let's see what you got. So in the beginning, this one's sometimes pretty good to get because the longer it's on your field, it when you sell it eventually, it levels up to each tier, and if you keep it there for 5 rounds, you can sell it for a level 6 monster.
So I drop it on the field?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you bought it.
I bought it.
Oh, okay.
Do I buy something else?
I mean, if you got more gold, yes.
Yeah.
Like you buy that one for me if you don't, or you can buy this one and then just use it. And then you got any gold left?
Wait, when you say use it, get around.
Yeah,
it. Okay.
yeah. Move it up.
Yeah,
okay, so you got a dragon for it. Ooh, give me that.
You want this? Okay.
And then you should buy that next time. Freeze it.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, and that's the thing with it being time based. And you see how your monsters are pretty much useless right now.
Yeah.
It's because you didn't put that dragon out there for some reason. I'm a little confused by why not. But
dragon?
The one that you got from the card.
Yeah, because you said get me that thing, so I get it.
You got me sounding like the police. Sit down, stand up, face me, turn around. But sometimes that time is that's the stress. And so I've even had sometimes where I'm trying to do things and then I'll take away one strong monster because I do it as a 3, and then I'm trying to sell off other cards and then the time will run out and then I end up losing the round because I didn't have enough time to finish. And so that's something that you always have to kind of pay attention to. And see, there's that same dragon as the one you already got.
Dragons and mechs. Yeah, I think I'm going to go...
And then, you can buy that one, but you have to play your other dragon first. Don't play the shield first. Yeah, and because the shield one makes other dragons stronger. And if you're going to keep that one, then you should buy that one too.
Okay. Dragon!
And you can have that.
Thank you.
And play it on... Nope. That one. That way you have one that's a little bit stronger. Because if you put it on the one with 1 health, that means that it gets to attack 1 time and it's dead. But this one, you might be able to get 2 attacks out of it with 3 health. But yeah. Is that permanent? I don't think that's permanent. After you finish the dragon. But I mean, I usually play this mode when I'm trying to relax.
Okay.
Like if I'm, getting ready for bed or something and I don't want to start a task that I know could end up taking a lot longer, I'll play a match of this, and that usually kind of like, I don't know, is a de-stressor. And then after that, chill out.
Okay.
And because trying to build a deck to play the other modes is, a little bit, because that you have to be quite a bit more involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
And since I like to build decks that are a little bit more unique to me, that's something I've always enjoyed about trading card games. Is like how many unique combinations or theme decks I can make, or putting restrictions on myself and making decks based on that. Oh. Okay. I just bought a trinket that gives all my divine shielded minions plus 4 attack every turn.
Oh, wow.
Give me that one if you got the gold for it.
Oh, I'm out of gold.
And then you can buy that one. And then when you play it gives it increases 1/1 for all your minions.
Okay. So I should freeze it.
if you want.
Okay,
I
I'll
mean, it's
freeze
up
it.
to you.
I froze them. Because there's one you want and it's a benefit. So, okay. I'll give you the Mac.
But yeah, like I say, usually this one's pretty fun for me. Um, and then it's a lot, you don't have to worry about like, oh, I don't have as many cards as the other person. Because Hearthstone, for the longest, for me, has always, I felt like it's pay to win. I
Yeah.
don't feel like it's,
Yeah. That's totally. Because I'm trying to get to Legend now. And I'm like, yo, the only decks that are winning have like 88 Legend cards.
yeah. And it used to be that you could sell all the cards you're not using in order to make all the cards you want. But at some point, I think they changed it where you can sell all the cards that are over like third duplicates, triplicates, and up, I think.
Yeah.
So you're forced to keep at least 2 cards. And I could be wrong about that because I never thought to myself, oh, let me sell all my cards. But I know you used to be able to break down or sell a lot more cards than you used to. Damn.
Yeah. I was breaking mine down for pressure tavern and think I'll be less. Friendly taunt battle cracking but friendly. Nice. So I play this dragon, right?
Yeah, the one I just gave you, and then you can increase.
The 10 or the
I would say the 10 for now. Don't forget the mech. Pass that to me.
So I give you I buy the magnetic and then I pass it to you. Wow, wow. Hey, playing some battlegrounds.
And see, I'm setting mine up like for. I mean, hopefully once I get a triplicate of those, I can fuse it into another. I'm gonna try and like start fusing mine.
Ah.
And so, but right now I want them to get stronger individually, and then I'm after those gold from the triplets.
Ah.
But yeah, but I guess when I realized, or when I came to the conclusion that Hearthstone was pay to win, is I was playing early on, and I thought I had put together a pretty impressive deck, and I was playing for a little bit, and then I just kind of went on this losing streak, and I noticed like most of the decks that I was going up against all had like these legendary cards and moving animations, and I was like, man, that's wild. And so then I took a break because I was like, there's no way I could, keep up with these. And then I came back and basically for a while, everyone I battled against would either like either they would surrender or they would beat me in a devastating way. Like I would have some folks where I would get them almost down to 0 life points, and then they'll start playing cards because they've been waiting on this certain combination because that's the deck they built.
Mm-hmm.
They'll heal all up completely and then take all my life points. And I'm like, that's crazy. Or else they'll log in and then forfeit almost immediately. And I'm like, why did you forfeit? And then I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me about how like they were all using like the current meta decks. If you don't get these 3 cards from the first pull, statistically you're not gonna win. So, and I'm like, but that takes all the fun out of the game. And so, and that's part of the reason why I ended up in battlegrounds because I'm like, you no longer really run into unique decks. In the lower levels, you do, but after that, every deck and pretty much has the same core, and it's just I don't know, it's not as interesting. But with this, it's random, you know. Like I've seen some people again, like in like 5 turns, have a really strong monster, and I'm sitting over here wondering what did I do wrong because not even close. So I sent you a dragon. I don't know if it's any good or not, but it's meant for selling. Oh yeah, this card I tend to not buy these unless I have a strong enough team to
What?
Protect them.
You tend to know by which card? Oh, this.
Yeah, because it has to survive, and then it gives you something.
So maybe I'll sell this pirate.
I would say so. Yeah, it's about time. So you can, since you're building toward a set deck or a set, grouping. How much gold you got? Yeah, use that one. Go ahead and play that. And then for that card with the question mark on it, I would say sell the dragon. Sell the dragon first. So play it, and then now sell it. And then play this one toward the far right.
The well?
The card that's at the bottom, yeah, the free travel winner, put it on the right side so it doesn't attack. Don't move anything else. Just put it out.
Yeah, I didn't know what the free travel card is.
The one in your hand.
Oh. Yeah, they are. Yeah. They might win this one.
I mean, if when they get past me, maybe, but I ain't doing all right.
Yeah. Well, my board isn't strong. Is what I mean.
Yeah, I know. I should recruit new people.
You can.
No,
I need practice with this.
I know. It takes a bit to kind of get used to it, but honestly, I just usually try new things. And that's why I focus on like what I want to do that game, because that makes it easier for me to learn. Like that's how I play TFT, which is part of League of Legends, but that's like their active chest or whatever. So I try not to learn all of the characters and what they do. I just learn them. You know, I'll do Fairy one game, Portal one game, so on and so on and so on.
You know, I need to sell these dragons. These are too weak. Oh, I only have a maximum thing for my dragons.
I guess they don't keep it. No, I guess they do.
It's so much better over bridges.
Whenever you summon a mech during comeback game, goes to sure. You want this mech?
Sure.
Okay. Might as well power up your player. For friendly minion boost.
I don't want that one.
Give it +1.
How many gold do you have?
1.
I'd say just refresh. Mm-hmm. What happened to all your minions? What happened to the two with the? I'll take that one next time.
Okay. I sold my minions, but I didn't know you couldn't get more than your maximum gold.
You only get one.
What you mean?
When you can get more than your maximum gold, but you only get one gold coin back for each when you sell them.
You only get one?
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Would you mind freezing that so I can get that robot next turn?
Yeah, this whole thing is trash.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is ass.
He's set up here.
It's an ass game.
He was like, I
hate this.
That's funny. Oh wow.
Yeah, they're throwing bombs and everything.
Yeah, because they got robots to do it. Well, at least I got it. Okay. That's a waste. Oh no, I might be able to squeak out. Oh, beans here. Yeah, let's see. At least the draw. No, we're still in this. Nope. Okay. Close though.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still in the lead though.
Upgrade my tavern? Get better monsters?
Yeah, you always have to upgrade, but you want to be careful not to upgrade when you are looking to buy something else. So, let's see.
You want more mech shit? What you want?
I wanted that one. This one. That's the only one I want. This one here. I just sent you a meeting. So.
Well, how do I give it to you?
You gotta slide it over to me. Unless you're out of gold, you bring it over to my portal.
Oh, I'm out of gold.
Oh, so yeah, you have to do it next time.
Okay. I'll drop it.
And that's one of the things about when you have to be careful of, I can do it with this one.
I'll switch to max now. Yeah.
Don't do that. No, thank you.
Man, have you had Wright's barbecue?
Yeah, I've had their barbecue. It's pretty good, but I probably won't eat there anytime soon. Why do you ask?
I don't know. It just came to mind. I was like,
Oh, you hungry?
mm-mm, I don't know.
Let's see. I'm trying to. You know what? This one. And do that. This. And there we go. And this.
I think you can win this thing.
So it seems to me, actually, next turn you should sell this dude in the hat, the patient scout, because he's already maxed out.
The
So
dude.
yeah, the one that you bought, that he's the weaker of all your minions. But like he's already gonna drop a tier 6 minion. So
Okay.
yeah, it's time for you.
I mean, if you can mark it, because I don't even know what that means, but okay.
He the only one wearing a hat. Literally the only one on your team with a hat on. But I'll mark him. We might not. Yeah, I'm not gonna be. Yeah, that's gonna be a big hit because all of them are strong monsters.
I think we'll manage to.
I mean, we
Do some
might
shit.
switch through.
So you said this dude with the hat.
Bruce voice.
Sell him and
Yes, and you're gonna get a tier 6 monster.
tier 6. Still death rattles. I mean, your first demon that died is combat. When you cast a spell and give your friendly Naga blood. It's weak. At the end of your turn, your demons consume a minion. Oh, nice.
That's the. I mean, out of what you have, that's the one I would say go with.
So I should play it.
Send me the robot first.
Okay.
And
Send your robot.
you should probably also buy that one,
Wow, fuck this.
and
Okay.
then sell this one,
So this one.
and then play both those cards.
Okay. What's up, bitches?
And
I have 9 gold coins.
also, when you're ready, look at my map. I'm gonna like buy your. You got 9 coins. Roll.
Wow.
So I'm gonna fuse
Roll.
these two together. So if it's magnetic, you can fuse them together,
Do I refresh?
and then you still get a card.
If you said roll, is that what it
buy this one.
Okay.
Or buy, yeah, and then put that on this one. That's gonna end up being your strongest card.
was? Okay. Okay. I still have 5 left, so let me see.
Keep shopping.
Whenever you cast a spell game on attack, give a minion taunt, then your taunt minions plus 2/3.
Roll or refresh.
Okay. Get the Fire Shield of Wind Fury.
Go ahead and buy him.
Okay.
And how many go?
1 left.
And then just buy this. But go ahead and play that.
Okay. Oh shit.
And that's it.
Keep up the
Oh, freeze it.
Oh yeah, and then
Damn. That would have been a good one for you because you got some really strong demons in there.
nice.
But
Demon
they're gone
dragon.
now.
Demon Nagas.
I mean, because dragons weren't working out for you. And that's the thing, like when you focus on a set one, you end up losing a lot of times a lot quicker because you're looking for that one, but they don't always give it to you, and that's kind of like, that's the drawback.
Yeah, that's I was looking at that demon. I'm like, this demon's powerful. I might switch to demon.
Hey, a lot stronger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, they have like a million attack. They got buffed twice. What?
Yeah, just because of the cards we got.
What is this?
And then he keeps all the resources you get. I just now realized you still got a card that's got a 5 attack.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
I want to sell everything.
You probably won't get the chance.
Yeah.
Okay, we
We're
in
still
this
in
still.
it. Okay. Can make it come back.
We weren't the first out, so that's good.
Okay. I upgrade. Boom.
Don't call it a comeback.
I don't know. Give your other main demons and deal 2 damage to your hero. Your card. So I can sell off my.
Hold on.
Okay.
Don't sell the card you're thinking of selling.
I'll sell everything.
There you go. And go ahead and play that again.
On the right?
Yeah, just anywhere at this point. Yeah, and then you see what level 6 card you can get.
Okay. Macadamia? Okay, back again.
Pass me that.
The Macadamia? Okay. Sure.
And how many gold you got?
I got 0.
Oh, okay.
Want me to freeze some shit? Probably nothing useful.
Yeah,
here.
nothing. Yeah, worth freezing.
When you go over on your side, you got freaking divine shield on everything. Oh, so they re-get the you keep
when I put it on them here. I put it on them. If we don't win this one, it's over. It'll be over. I don't know. It depends on what they attack. But yeah, I mean, and see how this one lasts. It feels like it's lasting a lot longer than the first one, and that's what I really like about Battlegrounds. It feels like it doesn't waste your time. Either you're doing well and the game is long. It feels like the appropriate length of time.
Yeah.
Or you're on to your next game quickly.
Okay, yeah. It is fun too, since I understand what's happening. It's fun and defeating, but
I mean, talk about defeating. Yeah. I mean, when's the last time you played Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh man, it's been a while. Hey, but I still got the OG skills. I started back in the day, so.
And that's I thought the same thing, but of course, I tried to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, and it just did not work out well for me. These one-turn combos, beginning and ending the game, it feels very much like the anime, and I've spent way too much time in the Shadow Realm at this point.
Yeah, the decks have been crazy ridiculous, especially the past 5 years. Can't do anything. Pretty much, you look at your opponent's hand and be like, "Okay, GG."
It's like, it's over now. I feel like I committed. It's over now.
Yo, they still have a whole other team. Wow, crazy.
Well, yeah. But I got my teammate to come in and clean up.
Yes, that's right. That's what we're doing here.
Oh no, you're done.
You're
already. Wow. Oh wow.
Why they had to do a volcano thing?
The
tornado
sleight of hand distraction. Okay, well at least we got third out of 4.
Okay. Better than 4th.
Oh wow. That's crazy. I mean, that was a good match, though. GG's. I mean, I guess we should give kind of what is it? Battlegrounds a rest for now.
Okay.
Did you want to play a game of the regular Hearthstone?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Something normal.
I don't have a deck there, but I'm gonna invite you, and because I want to try some of the new cards. I've opened some packs, but we're gonna do standard, because I'm not gonna. I wouldn't mind doing wild. I think my favorite deck on Hearthstone was the whiz bang, I think is what it was. You do the one card, and then it'll complete your deck with all of the whiz bang factory cards or something.
Wow. Okay.
It was the easiest deck that I ever made. I enjoyed it a lot more than any other deck I've ever made on this game.
That sounds fun.
Well, it made it random, and I enjoyed the randomness of it. You know. So that one, and then there was another thing that they did in Hearthstone that I really thought was really nice, but it was a card back that if you played against someone who had this card back, it was like an infection, and so that's the only way for you to get that card back. You couldn't buy it in the shop. You couldn't win it. You had to fight somebody who had it and was using it.
Oh.
And it would automatically like you would end up, it would become your new card back. And then if you used it, you could infect other players with it. And I thought that was really neat.
That's fun.
Yeah, and I was like, I got it fairly quickly because I was like, oh, I wonder where did they get that from? And then I looked up, I was like, where did that come from? So I will, I'll give them credit for that. They do that from time to time, and it's really nice.
It seems like trading card games that encourage interaction between the players inside the game, especially, and outside the game.
Yeah,
is pretty nice.
I agree. Like you get all the emotes and stuff for Battlegrounds. I like the whole visual, non-verbal communication that you can have. Also, it's a good way to check to see if your opponent's still there. So that's always fun.
And they be trash talking with the emotes too.
They do.
Yeah.
I have a couple that I don't, not necessarily for trash talking, but just to be like hello or good job, because I'm not one of those that I can't really. I forget I gotta end my turn on this mode.
Yes.
Oh, but playing Hearthstone, one of the things that it kind of reminds me of is like just trading card games in general. I have noticed as of late the electronic ones is all what I've been playing, and I do miss like the physical cards because I'm a big collector of things. 3 bananas left. Oh, that's neat. And so it does kind of bother me that I haven't really bought any trading cards in quite some time. But yeah, I kind of missed it. Do you ever miss like buying packs or do you still buy like packs of cards for any game that you're currently playing?
No, I don't buy packs anymore. Like, I mean, I was for a little bit, but then that was 2 years ago or something. So I just stopped buying packs. It's exactly like what you said in your situation. I still like the cards that I do have. Oh no, wait a second, So the latest pack I bought was a few months ago for Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Because I was recently still in the Pokemon TCG involved. I was playing up until April of this year. And it was I like the packs. I like the cards. I like the feel of being able to play the cards, attack, and just things being so random, making sure you shuffle your deck properly and then still getting a bad thing. Wow, this guy is giving a minion. Wait, what? This dude's thing is powerful.
I didn't build this deck. I let the game build it for me. So a lot of these cards are new for me. Hey, thanks! I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Trying to survive this
Do
thing.
they have charge?
Ooh.
How could you attack with them right away? That's crazy.
They have this thing called Rush, where you can attack a minion right away.
Oh.
But not, yeah.
They don't have anything on mine. That's why I was kind of confused. I was like, I clicked it to read it. There was nothing on it. But okay.
But how is this working, though? Is it we're on a team and we're playing against two opponents?
No, you're fighting me on this one.
This
is Hearthstone. This is a regular.
Oh, I thought we were playing teams.
No.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Because I was trying to see where's the portal where you can see what I'm playing, but I can't see your side of the thing.
That's funny. You were. Is that why you're like, man, this dude is strong?
Yeah.
That's funny. No, we're fighting against each other. But so you say you were playing? Have you stopped playing Pokemon?
I've effectively stopped playing Pokemon because I do not like how the game runs for best, like it does best 1 out of 1, and I don't like the prize system in Pokemon. Um, I don't think it rewards. It doesn't. How do I say? I think it doesn't let me maximize the decisions I made to form a deck by using the prize system. Like, I don't want to have to change up my gameplay because I'm missing 6 or 2 of my key cards in a deck. Like, it's dumb.
I mean, what does that mean exactly? Like, give me a scenario.
So what that means is the prize system is such that is this thing where there are 6 cards out of your deck that you put aside that you can't use, right? But every time you knock out an opponent's Pokemon, depending on that Pokemon's rank, so to speak, you can get 1 prize card for every Pokemon you knock out. And there are some Pokemon where you knock them out, you get 2 prize cards. Those prize cards come from your original deck build, though. So you're not using a 60 card deck, you're using a 54 card deck, which is ridiculous to me because I want to be able to get certain combos off, get certain moves off without having to wait till the end of the game. I've seen players who legit should have just straight up won the whole game, but because they didn't have that 1 or 2 cards until the last prize, they lost to, a player who just wasn't as skilled.
But wouldn't that just be part of the strategy? You would build a deck that doesn't have to be so dependent on that, or
it is part of the strategy, and I get why they have that. The thing is, for what I've seen that do nicely for the game is that it's healthy for the game if it's like 1-on-1 or best of 1 because then it allows players who may not necessarily have the best deck or who haven't net deck or don't have the top tier, they can still win. It also adds that element of randomness to where you could have the best deck, but if somebody has a counter for you, you're cooked. It also evens things out because the genuinely better players on average not even on average. The genuinely better players may do okay, but you may have a player who's not as good or as experienced. They can still get first at an event. So it evens things out and keeps the game fun. That's for best of 1.
okay.
For best of 3, it still works out because the truly best players, they are able to then adapt and they know what to expect, and then they end up on top anyway. So that's why, since regional tournaments are best of 3, the best players always end up being repeating the same pattern, going at the top 32 and everything. I just don't like that I have to modify how I play my deck as much because the game is not dynamic enough for me. The decks and the decisions are too stiff. A decision I made 3 turns ago will affect the trajectory of the gameplay 3 or 4 turns from now, from what I can tell, and I don't like that.
Okay, so what I'm hearing
is too restrictive.
Is you think that all consistent Pokemon players are basic bitches?
No,
you said it's too simple for me.
No,
it's not dynamic enough for me.
Well, I mean, best of 3, all the best Pokemon players, they consistently prove that they're the best.
Okay.
Because best of 3, it evens things out. Best of 1, you don't get that opportunity. But that's aside from the prize system. The prize system in general, I don't like it because now I have to play with a different version of my deck every time when I'm playing the deck, and I don't like that.
So why not just simply have like standard play be best of three? Like even in casuals be, like why not? Why wouldn't they just make that, or even just the community itself make that kind of like a rule that if you play, it's always best of three?
I suspect that because of the fact that players who get to the top of best of threes, like who win tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
are on average almost always there. It's always the ones who put in enough time in the game to learn how to master strategy, the meta, all that stuff. That takes a lot of work to consistently get to the top. But because it's a competitive game, people will do that. So now, when you have that situation, new players who are in the game or players who want to play Pokemon for fun, which is, who don't want to get top 32 every time, they're going to now have a bad experience because they feel like, well, shoot, best of three. If everything's best of three, I'm always getting at the bottom. I don't have a chance. So I think best of one, what that does, even though I don't like best of one, I respect it because best of one makes it so any player could get top 10, top 5, top 32, and the best players can get last, and that happens because of the random element. So I think the point is it makes the game more fair for players who don't necessarily want to sacrifice all their free time to get that good at, as good as the game as the top players. You still have to be good to win, of course, but I think it evens the playing field a bit in terms of enjoyment. All standard tournaments, though, like regionals, they always play best of three.
So, do you think that's part of the draw for the trading card game? Then, because if if what you say is because I assume that it is a little bit like you've come to that conclusion through conversations, experience, play yourself. So I'm sure there are others who have also kind of felt that way too.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's so, I guess if you go into an environment and here's a deck that's better for, best of one, here's a deck that's better for best of three, why then wouldn't people just tailor their decks to kind of, overcome that obstacle and then kind of cheat the system almost? Or do you think kind of that spontaneity, if it's best of one, any deck could win? Do you think that's like the draw that keeps people coming back? Because there's if I get lucky, we'll end up with a good duel. Like I've never played Pokemon, so.
Well, the thing with best of one is it does have that random tournament outcome element, and it reward. I don't want to say it rewards players who haven't put in time. I want to say it allows players who may not have as much time to get super good to still have fun and to still win. Because you don't want to always be, if everything's best of three, you don't want to always be losing. And it's like, well, it's like playing a fighting games, trying to get good at fighting games. People are like, it's hard to get good at fighting games, but only the best players who put in the time win. And I want to win and have fun. Losing all the time is not fun. So I'm not going to play fighting games. So that's the experience. So I think it's good for that reason to have best of one. The other thing is, what was I trying to say? The other benefit of best of one. Wait, what was your question?
Like, what is with all of those flaws,
yeah.
What is it that you think is the draw that keeps people coming back to Pokemon?
Right. Best of one also, and I'll answer the Pokemon question. Best of one also, what it does is it makes tournaments faster too. It makes the local tournaments faster. You get to see more varieties of decks as well. Because if everything was best of three, everybody would be playing only the best decks, the best proven decks. Because and people still experiment in best of three, but best of one, you see more of that variety. People could be more creative and get more of their deck style in there, introduce new concepts that people haven't thought of before.
Well, that's nice.
So that's just overall healthy for the entire game.
Because I appreciate the uniqueness of any game that I play. Like whenever I, a lot of times in games in general, the word diversity comes up a lot, and And at some point, I'm gonna have to have a conversation about that because I feel like most people they misuse that word. But for me, when I say diversity, I just mean kind of like a mixture of gameplay, a mixture of looks, the uniqueness of everything. And so, like, like we were talking about earlier in Hearthstone, if everyone's playing like one of two decks, there's no diversity there. I mean, you may have a variety of cards and monsters that people can pull from, but if no one's thinking in unique ways to build custom decks, then you'll never really see any of those monsters that are deemed useless until some unique thinker pops up and says, hey, this is actually one of the most powerful cards in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that's already built into Pokemon, I think that's pretty amazing. I mean, I've never tried it myself. I have some Pokemon cards from when the game kind of first came out. I don't have any first editions, which is, sad face.
Yeah.
I have a ton of Squirtles, which nobody likes apparently.
What?
Whatever.
Nobody likes a Squirtle?
I'm just saying, like everybody's out here be like, oh, I want to pull that red Charizard. It's a crappy Pokemon. You should be buying these Squirtles. I got 4 copies. I'll sell them to you $1,000 a piece.
What?
I'll give you a good deal. Good deal.
That's crazy.
Best deal.
No, it's like a terrible deal.
Premium. Brand new. Mint condition. 10 out of 10.
It's like so bad.
They're rated S plus out of A plus. But no, I mean, and honestly, I've noticed like Pokemon seems to have a really, I want to say a lively fan base. Like I don't see them walking around, but every time I see anything dealing with Pokemon, there's always a ton of people that show up, which is always surprising to me. And honestly, they have way too many Pokemon now. I can't even remember half of them now. So, and I'm like, it has nothing to do with age. It's just way too many Pokemon.
Yeah, there are way too many. Are they up to 1,000 now in terms of the Pokemon? Like,
I don't even know. I mean, I would have to look that up. I feel like that's kind of crazy. Let's see. I'm gonna do Ring Theory and Rush. And 1. Oh, I can do. I'm struggling in this game.
oh, yeah. So, all right. Let me see.
Oh, you're right. There's 1,025.
Wow, that's crazy.
According to Google, there's 1,025 Pokemon. I remember when there was only 150 and more to see. To be a Pokemon master was my destiny.
Oh my God.
I feel like you cheating.
Yeah.
We should go back to Battlegrounds.
Okay, yeah. I'm ready now. Let's do some Battlegrounds.
Really?
Yeah.
They're going to kick us out. They're like, he's so bad. He's so bad.
Well, it's about the process, right? Like learning.
That's true.
Yes. That made me think about Street Fighter. I had an epiphany last night in Street Fighter. I know we're talking about trading card games, but it's related. Gaming in general. I had this epiphany. I've been playing Street Fighter and fighting games for literally, I want to say almost 30 years. Okay?
It says you declined the invite.
Oh, I'm in.
You're in the match?
Yeah.
Oh, it kicked me out.
I said choose a hero.
Oh, okay. I'll just spectate yours then.
begun spectating, so I can't exit.
No, it's fine.
I can concede.
No, go ahead.
I'll concede.
No, pick, because that way you get to play with somebody else.
No, okay.
That means the other person gonna be left by themselves.
Fuck them. I mean,
wow.
Screw 'em. I'm still learning, I don't want to lose too hard. And then they'd be like, oh, block this guy. Oh, I have to hit cancel. All right. So accept your invitation.
Yeah, I just think it. But so you were saying Street Fighter, you had an epiphany. Eureka.
Yes, I had an epiphany last night. This may sound simple to people who get it, but being able to articulate this is profound for me. I've been playing fighting games for almost 30 years, and I've heard the advice, okay, try to It's a rock paper scissors. Try to let your opponent make your opponent do what you want them to do. Try to play your game. Go with your strategy, your flow chart. People talk about flow charts. I kept thinking about what was the name Herm, who I played against.
Oh, Iffy.
Iffy. I played against Iffy. Let me see. Passives, give your first turn, discover a tier. That's not complicated. Destroy your lowest health minion, give us that. Yeah, there we go. And then I was fighting against Iffy in Street Fighter 6 a few weeks ago. And those are definitely some interesting matches. And then he was saying, those are fun. Those are frustrating. I hate the game. Hate everything. But yeah, he mentioned, you sent that text message where he said if he were to give any advice, I guess maybe calm down a bit and
be patient.
Be patient. Yes, I'm not. And then also try to kind of make your opponent do what you want them to do or something like that.
Yeah, lead them.
And then it wasn't until destroy your lowest health minion, give it stats to the other minions. Okay. 0. So I'm going to buy some of these. Battle Cry, get a blood gem, deal 1 damage to your hero, consume a random minion in the... Sure. All right. Tavern. Ooh, nice. All right. What you got over there?
Same thing. Okay. But mine just absorbed a copy of itself.
Wow. Destroy your lowest health minion, give it stats to your other minions. Oh, so I should destroy this, right?
Only when you got other minions on the field.
I'll destroy it right now then.
Go for it. Okay. It'll be on you.
All right. But yeah. And I kept replaying that. And I was playing Street Fighter Champion Edition. It has very basic stuff. No drive rush, no all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. No DI. None of the cheap scrubbing tactics and mechanics. What
do you have against DI?
I hate it. It's I want to go in, so I'm not going to play the game properly. I'm just going to all over the keyboard. Fuck y'all. So, it is frustrating when you can't get in. So I understand the purpose of DI, but I hate DI. Drive Rush, it's good. It's just I feel like with the lag input of the game, I don't understand how I can't jump, how I can hit tap. I see the Drive Rush, I tap up, and I still get hit by the Drive Rush. Well, as grounded. That's ridiculous to me. Give me to the turn, Battle Cry, consume a random minion, tavern. Oh, nice. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I can't buy it. All right. I used all my stuff. Freeze. All right. See, I'm learning. And so I was because the options were so limited. The only thing I could do to get out of Bison's grip and his attack strength was reversal, and it takes fighting games, Champion Edition. It takes fighting games down to its bare bones, core fundamentals. When the best players are talking about fundamentals, what do they actually mean? Mm-hmm. What does that mean in reality? And a new fundamental that I learned after almost 30 years of playing Street Fighter would cause me to start getting more wins was maintaining control of the match. What does that mean? Doing the moves that would in all situations set me up, prevent me from getting hit, and prevent the opponent from doing what they would want to do and the opponent's options. So that's what people may word that other ways, but it was in my mind, it was like, oh, I'm reacting. I'm not actively taking the initiative to control the outcome of the match. Mm-hmm. That simple shift in mind had me winning my games 50% more last night when I was playing some Street Fighter. Then I was just amazed at the difference in the gameplay, in my gameplay. So that's a fundamental thing I learned, and then that's when I realized this applies to all games, including the game of life. So instead of not like doing my workout that I know I was going to get tired for, that I was starting to get tired for last night, I did it anyway because I'm like, well, wait a second. The outcome I want to win is I want a certain body finally, because I've been carrying this weight for like over 10 years, 12 years now. But I'm not controlling life. Life is happening and I'm reacting to it. It's throwing out a jump. and I may react to a DP, but I'm not expecting the dragon punch. I mean, I'm not expecting the jump. If I ready my dragon punch in the anticipation that life is throwing a jump, then I'm ready. I'm controlling the thing, and I get more outcomes more often, better outcomes more often. So that's a big thing I learned. It applies to Hearthstone, applies to pretty much anything. So that's what I learned last night. Consumer rant. I guess I'll play this. Wow, that's crazy. Who else can I? Has one for each friendly? Nope. Get a gold. Choose a friendly demon it consumes. Sure. Oh, I can't buy it. Sorry. I already used my thing. I'll freeze it. I see your recommendation. Okay. Give a minion +2. Okay. Gotcha.
But like, so, and I get that, you know, and I'm a, you know, because in life, yes, of course, you have to kind of push yourself, not to extremes, but within reason. A lot of times we do make excuses for things in life. But I guess, you know, with all of that said, what in the hell does that have to do with Pokemon trading?
Oh, right. So Pokemon trading card games, that can apply by saying researching the meta, investigating what cards are good, knowing what. When I say researching the meta, I mean understanding what cards may be a weakness for your deck, right? All of that goes into controlling the outcome that you want, being ready for rogue decks and everything. You know, like all that stuff. Oh, 2 banana. Okay. What is this? At the end, oh, you just said, where does this come from? At the end of your turn, consume a minion in a tavern to get it.
Oh, yeah, that's a great card. You should buy that this third one to get gold.
Yeah,
but you should play that the one I just gave you.
Well, let me buy this one first, and then. But why did it? Wait, what?
Don't play. Do you have any gold left?
I have 3 gold.
Buy the first one.
What's the first one?
Buy that one. This one.
Okay.
And then play the gold one.
Okay.
Play the elephant looking thing, the one I just gave you.
False and play it. Okay.
Yeah, play it. And then now play the purple one.
Okay.
And put it on the elephant.
Okay. That's crazy.
The momentum, friend.
Oh, I didn't absorb anything because that's fine.
I had one called Discover a tier 4 minion.
You could play that next, and then you can pick what minion you get. And you can just pick a demon or
Demon.
So we'll probably end up not winning this round, but next round we should.
Nice.
They're gonna go Quill boards, which are really strong too. But I mean, yeah, but you can't always like control what your opponent does. Like in life, yes, you are your opponent. In fighting games, yes, I get it. You can kind of force them to go in certain directions. They just discover a tier 6 minion. Get an eternal night star. Come back, give you eternal night time and reborn. Nah, let's do this one.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, of course, I'm talking about things that can be controlled.
Of course.
And then as far as the things that can't be controlled, like what your opponent does and everything, even that, you can control your response or reaction, your anticipation of what they would do by watching matches, how people typically respond. People are unique and, you know, in their own ways. Do you want to discover a tier?
Yeah, play it.
Okay. Death Rattle, Undead, give a friendly minion. Reborn. Ooh, Reborn. When you play them, give it no space. Wait, what?
Just get that one, the Undead one.
The left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I play it? Play, yeah. Okay. How many gold you got?
I got 3.
Do the 2-star one, the 2 card.
This?
No, this one. It's a magic card. And I play that, it's gonna send me a card. I don't know what card it's gonna send me, but
nice.
That's a good one.
I have 1 left. So do I refresh? No.
You can, yeah.
I refresh. I don't know what kind of deck I'm building, but it seems like undead.
I would say demon undead.
Demon undead.
Because you want to make sure to keep the elephant looking thing, the gray one, the false imposter, and then the one you just got.
How do you get all these minions?
I've been shocked. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
They're still weak though.
But you got numbers up on the board here. Yeah. So of course within reason what's controllable. But I noticed that and this is the value of like people value taking initiative, because it's like what taking initiative sub communicates is that I'm doing what I can. You do that. You prep time. That's what Batman does, right? He's prepping for stuff because he wants things to have a certain outcome. So he preps.
Yeah, true.
So that's when I say control, I'm talking about things like prep
I see
time,
what you mean.
research, doing anything you can to give yourself an advantage so that you you set the outcome for what for things that you go up against. That's
just making sure you come in as prepared as you can possibly.
Exactly.
And not letting outside influences dictate your failure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I and I agree with that as well. And often, just in games in general, I mean, you can find yourself being over. I have noticed that when I'm playing at my best, it's when I am utilizing all the tools at my disposal instead of just running around chasing after victory. And what that means, like if I'm playing a first-person shooter, instead of me running around chasing after the opponent and then them ambushing me, I dictate where they meet me. I lock in. If I need to pull, like if sniping isn't working, I change out my weapon and I move on to something else. If being passive isn't working, I'd be a little bit more aggressive. But I have them react in a way that allows me to play my best game rather than just kind of, giving away points. And that's one of the things. There in some cases, like say, circling back to trading card games, since that's what we're talking about. And since we're playing one, I find that it's a little bit harder in some cases. Like say, for instance, Yu-Gi-Oh! Like there's no way for me to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And really study up on everything that's out there. Like I just don't have the time for it, and I don't think, even if I had the time, I don't think I have the brain capacity to try and figure all of that out, because it's just so much information. I mean, like, especially set decks, types of cards now, it's no longer just common monster, and then what was the other one? The ones that have active abilities, like ability monsters or whatever.
Yeah, like monsters, effect monsters.
Effect monsters. Yeah. There we go. Effect monsters, magic trap cards. It's no longer just that. It's so much more now, and that's a lot.
It's understandable.
I passed you this one card. It destroyed. What happened to that card you had? The fat undead monster.
Sold it.
Why?
Because it didn't seem to be useful.
It was a good. This would have made it useful.
At the end of your turn, destroy the undead to the left of this and resummon an exact copy. Oh, well, what if I do this?
Nothing in.
One pass each turn is free. Don't know what that means. Summon a 1/1 pirate. Nope. Kill a minion. Nope. Wait, reborn.
You just reading cards out loud.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't know what they mean. You're like, I'm gonna steal that one.
Well, what is this? Minions in the tavern have +3 every 3 times you refresh. Don't know what that means. Time. That's what I got. Ooh, friendly minion of each type +2/1 permanently. I want that freeze.
But see, you don't really have diversity in type. Well, you got 2 types. So next round, you should sell that one and that one.
What if I give it stats to my other minions?
Oh, you should activate that. Activate it. It's gonna pick which one. They're gonna come back though.
Oh, in game?
Yeah, once it starts. Well, they don't. there are some abilities that destroy the cards altogether, and so you don't get that card back.
Okay.
But her ability just destroys it at the start of battle. That's why you should have kept the other card, because it would destroy it, and then it would come back later, and so that means it would destroy.
Okay, well, that's cool. That's too much going on.
Yeah. See what I mean? Even this simplified version of a trading card game has a lot going on, and so you can't control what you do, like in say Yu-Gi-Oh, or like even like say Magic the Gathering. I could never. I don't think I would ever just want to try and really get into that. I played a couple matches of it online, like when it was on PlayStation. I think they have a version of Magic the Gathering, but even it's a simplified version. But there are just so many cards, so much history, and I think they do a great job. Their fan base, Magic the Gathering's fan base, I think they do a wonderful job of making sure that they govern the game they want to play. And so they have like traditional cards only. They have like new age cards or something like that. I don't know all the groups because I'm not in the community, but I do know that they play different types of Magic the Gathering. And when you show up to play and they say what it is, you don't have to guess at it because it's that kind of well known and well organized by the players.
See, it'd be great if they explained what blood gems actually do. Oh, blood gem. No, I don't know. Oh, spell that gives a minion one. Whenever a pirate friend attacks, give it +3 attack. Yeah, let me give you this.
Oh, you're moving up in the world.
That's a minute.
Cool, thanks.
That's pretty good. Holy shit. Thank you. Discover a 10. Yeah. Double the attacks of one minion. And then, oh, yes. Do I double health or attack? Maybe health?
I'd say attack for them because it's weak, so
Nice.
you'll do more damage with a higher attack than you would more health because it's not like it's gonna all of a sudden, kill something and survive.
What if I destroy my lowest health minion? Should I had to be pretty strategic with that, I guess.
Oh, in the tavern. That's a new card for me.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
That's crazy.
So attack of all minions in the tavern or double their health. Oh yeah. Attack. I would definitely attack.
Okay.
Because you would much rather have a minion because you can always do something. So I'm surprised you didn't do that anymore.
Oh, that was me? Yeah, I'm surprised too. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Just a little bit disappointed. But what
That's
I was
fine.
saying about like Magic the Gathering, I feel like there's a lot of cards there, there's a lot of history there, but I do think their fan base is really good about managing again the type of game that they want to play. I used to watch people play when I was younger, like in high school and stuff, but I've never had interest in playing myself. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
I played it for like 30 minutes. Not for me. Too slow. The card art is boring. Like, I don't like the rarities not being flashy. That's why I like the Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is my favorite trading card game in general. And as for the meta, yeah. If you want to be, it has so much history, Yu-Gi-Oh as well. You really need to know so many different things. People who don't know about monarchs, they get so surprised when I like mock them because they can't use their side deck or something, or they can't use their extra deck, and they're like, what? And then they have to actually play standard Yu-Gi-Oh with normal summons and everything, and they can't even do that. So there's that. Yeah, I know you can't control everything. It's just that when I say control, I'm talking about like being prepared, and also you do have to do a ridiculous amount of research, even on the current meta, without considering the older cards. Like it's a ridiculous amount of research. It's I mean it's weeks. Like one top player, one pro player in Pokemon, he said spend the next 3 months focusing on decks and getting good, and also learning all the other top decks, which is about 12 of them at the time. And he said, and then you be prepared already, and then figure out which of the two decks that you want to play for regionals. And that's just the name of the game. If you want to win, you just got to do that. Weeks and months of research.
There's absolutely no way. I mean, honestly, I feel like that would be more difficult than you might as well just start a business.
Yeah.
Get a you know, a higher ed degree. You know, go to trade school. You know, like.
What is this? What is on the screen right now?
Oh, we're losing. That's what's on the screen. That's what's on, and then horribly so. Well, I told you those quail boards, they're strong. Quail boards, they're strong. And then, like, you have the worst deck ever.
Yes.
Like, what do you still have these cards for? I marked them to go away.
Oh, you marked? I didn't even notice.
Like, what in the world? Why would you keep those?
I don't know, dude.
They do us no good. Oh. But yeah,
I could sell.
but I honestly feel like Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten far more complicated than it used to be. I mean, but I guess that's what it takes to. I would count Yu-Gi-Oh as one of the top kind of trading card games since its conception, and even now. I'm willing to say that it has a consistent and solid fan base. I feel like almost that if I don't think there's another trading card game that I can think of that hasn't been as stable as Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like most other trading card games I've seen fluctuate. I remember when I was a kid, Shaman King tried to come out with a trading card game. That one died almost immediately. I think between me taking the cards off the shelf and paying for them at the register and getting them into my binder, the card game was done. And like, I will sometimes show people my collection, and they would be like, "Oh, they had a trading card game," and I'm like, "Yes, they did." Yeah. But so if you were to I guess because we've Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering. I mean, I think those are my big three.
Yeah.
When it comes to trading card games. I mean, would you differ? Like, do you think there's another that might be able to compete for that, or?
As far as compete for that, for me personally, or overall?
Both personally and then globally speaking, or is it just you think we don't know about it because we're in Arkansas?
Globally, hands down, Magic the Gathering is the biggest and the grandfather of the trading card game community. So it'll always be the top. Then you have Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, actually, in terms of numbers, I think it's Pokemon because it has a wider fan base, more customers, because parents are more likely to buy.
Did you want to buy another?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Parents are more likely to buy those since they're not like demons,
I'm not on your team this time, by the way.
Okay, that's good. And then there's and then of course Yu-Gi-Oh! So those for the foreseeable future will be the top. Lorcana, I've been hearing things about Lorcana. That's one from Disney. But,
I've seen those cards.
Oh, you have? Okay.
But I mean, with that, and not to cut you off, but is the game playable or just collectible?
I don't even know what's going on with it. I was about to say I've heard things about it. I have not seen it in gameplay or that it's even. I don't even know if it's like active yet. I was going to say it might have some potential, and if that works, it might take off in terms of Disney, but probably not. Pokemon's too big. Yu-Gi-Oh's pretty big and solid. And here's another thing. What I like about Yu-Gi-Oh, why I think it's going to maintain where it's at for a long time, is because the Yu-Gi-Oh foundational mechanics capitalize on they increase interactivity because it's faster, quote unquote faster, and more dynamic, more interactive than Magic the Gathering. Like Magic the Gathering is kind of like Mortal Kombat. It's a bit more stiff, in my opinion. Even though it has, you can do react spells and whatever stuff. But Yu-Gi-Oh's got like traps, counter traps, all this crazy stuff happening. And it's also fun because of the more of the stuff. You could be losing and your deck could still be doing crazy combos. You could still lose. It's also with that higher interactivity, there are more random factors that could happen. You also have the side deck system. Love that. So you can prepare for your opponent's next.
I feel like that used to be the case, though. Do you think that's still the case in the current, like
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Like like Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess, community? Because mostly what I've seen, and I recently posted a video of my little brother's gameplay,
Yeah.
where he basically with 2 magic cards and then 3 monsters ended the game first turn, round 1 or whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, that's kind of ridiculous. I remember when I first tried to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, me and you had a duel. And I brought my old school deck, which I'm very proud of, even to this day, which is a Mako Tsunami based deck. It's a water deck, I got some rare cards in there. And you defeated that in 1 turn with some, I think it was a Crow deck at the time. And so, like, and you're talking about these levels and kind of like unknowns that can go on, and that's what originally kind of like pulled me into Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit deeper. But like, if the game ends in 1 turn, where is my ability to counter?
So that's when the game started to become quote unquote toxic, because cards and strategies that would reduce player interactivity started to make the game not fun. The game inherently in of itself, and also the cards becoming more and more powerful and the setups becoming more powerful. That's what we call power creep, right? And it started to make the game not fun. So now, I would say the first 20 years of Yu-Gi-Oh, things were good. After that, things were, I'd say 16 years. After that, things started to become not fun. More veteran players would say after synchros got introduced, it was still doable. It was still doable, but they said after synchros, things started to go a little downhill, and things started really going downhill after pendulums were released.
Yeah.
Because it reduced player interactivity, the combos were too ridiculous. You couldn't really play the game, and that's kind of the state of Yu-Gi-Oh now. Hopefully, and veteran players have tapped out. They've tapped out in the sense that they're playing different formats now, like Edison format, where it's back to synchro or pre-synchro or something like that. That encourages that player interactivity. So
they're essentially trying to do what Magic the Gathering has already done, which is to create subcultures within the overall Yu-Gi-Oh structure, to say that in order for us to save the game and the community, we have to roll it back to a playable version.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do I find those people?
Pretty much, anything that has Edison format, you want to do that. And yeah, so you look up Edison format, see where it's low, see where She-Would pops up on Google, and then you do that.
Okay. And see, and honestly, that's one thing I've really I've thought about. I feel like since I've seen the what is it, Duelist Kingdom art with Maximilian Pegasus in Yu-Gi-Oh the anime, I've always wanted to duplicate that in real life. I don't know why we have yet to have like a kind of anime Yu-Gi-Oh style kind of tournament where you battle your way to the finals by collecting star points, like limited invites, things like that. You get random cards sometimes, random deck builds. I think things like that would be really fun. And I feel like that would go a long way in helping people to kind of understand the mechanics of the different subsets of the game now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it would be, I would, because at this point, since they have so many iterations of it, I feel like there should be Duel Monsters or Duelist Kingdom version. Like, just name it after what's most popular from each series in the show. 'Cause each set of cards comes out based on the anime. Then you got the 5Ds version, so that where you can introduce pendulum monsters. Then you got your XCs and so on and so on. I haven't watched the anime in quite some time, but I feel like that would be a good way to kind of break down the different tiers of play,
Pick yourself back up.
because I don't really get the Edison connection.
Got you.
There we go. But that's just kind of my opinion on it. Kind of the state of like Yu-Gi-Oh now. Also, where have you heard about Disney Lorcana?
I just from playing Pokemon, people would be like, they'd have Donald Duck or whatever. I'd be like, "What's that?" And they say, "Oh, it's Lorcana," and that's word of mouth. That's how I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I actually thought about buying some of the cards. I saw that because for me, the designs are one of the things that draws me to. Like, if I like the designs of a series of cards, I'll buy a few packs just so I can add them to my collection. And the Lorcana cards, I think they look pretty cool. So I've actually thought about buying some of the packs of cards. But yeah, it seems like, because I'm just now, I googled like popular trading card games, and according to Google, it has Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, whatever that is, Hearthstone, Digimon, collectible cards. I had forgot about that. I have some of those in my collection as well. I don't think any of them are worth anything because I feel like the people that would collect them don't care to. They've forgotten about it too. This.
Are we on the same team?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I told you. I wanted to try and win this one.
All right. Shots fired. Dang. I just started. He's already. Dang.
Let's see. And then there's some others on here, but there's also One Piece card game. I thought about buying some of those. I saw some of the early designs for the cards, and I didn't really care for them. And so I was like, I guess I'll wait until they really get in their bag, you know.
Well, you do graphic design. What do you think about like the graphics as among these different card games?
I mean, kind of like you. I feel like with Magic the Gathering, the design work is really nice, but it tends to be way too much detail, and it feels a little flat for the amount of space that they have. It feels very D&D. Generally, if you have a Magic the Gathering player, they have friends that play D&D. So it just feels very kind of like ancient scroll. You know, it doesn't pop as much. And that style works for them. So I do have a few Magic the Gathering cards that I like the design of, but I can understand why someone wouldn't like it because they're not as flashy. The rarity of the cards comes from it just being rare, and you have to know there's not really a lot of shine to show you, hey, this card is rare. Like when you get into something like, say, Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's kind of obvious when the cards are rare because they're shiny, they're hollow foil. I will say I do like the design of Yu-Gi-Oh cards best out of all of them. Simply being because at least the ones that I've played and have personal experience with, and it's because I feel like they use their space really well. I feel like they also have unique takes on their series of cards. They succeed in doing what Pokemon thinks they're succeeding in. Like when Pokemon introduces new Pokemon, they are fucking ass. They've been ass for the last I want to say decade almost.
Wow.
They had a bleep in the pan with Poplio, and then even that was kind of iffy. But when they did the little island Pokemon, but I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh has an aesthetic that when they did the kind of cartoony for the 5Ds like Pokemon, the synchro summons and stuff, you had some of them that were goofy because you could tell they were going toward a younger audience with the anime, but they also carried this balance of cards that would be appealing to the adults, who also still play the game.
Mm.
And you can find that there's a nice balance in there, and they look like they exist in the same world. So you can still have a dark magician alongside. I'm trying to see what's a card that is kind of card like a tune with a tune dark magician, and they both fit. And I feel like because they started that at such an early stage, they were able to carry that through. And then you have, like I said, I feel like with One Piece, when I first looked into those, they hadn't really gotten started yet. So I feel like kind of that's where that comes from. I do feel that the cars probably have gotten better. I'll probably have to like purchase some. I like the design of like for most things that are Disney. So I mean, they do good design work. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like what they've done with their cards. I've seen glimpses of a couple, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm thinking it's gonna be kind of like a balance between Kingdom Hearts and just Disney World and stuff. So a little over the top, but they tend to get their balance really well. Which one am I missing? So I did Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. Pokemon cards, I mean, it's Pokemon. Some of their cards, it looks like they're trying a little too hard. And I get it because when you're framing the exact same monster over and over in various cards, you have to play around with the angles and how you see it and the style. And then you're trying to reintroduce them in fun new ways. They got a lot of different colors. They've added some, I feel like because of the way they design Pokemon cards, that's why I see like there are artists who take cards and they'll cut them down into pieces and then glue them together to make 3D versions of the cards. I feel like the Pokemon cards are more popular with that because of the layered work that they do in the design of the cards. So they look good, they look appealing, they give them depth because they're creating a world or a moment in there. They haven't always been there because the original cards, they were a little flat. They hadn't really found their space yet. But I feel like now since they have, that's where, this depth comes in. And then like we're playing Hearthstone right now. I think a lot of their work is really good. I like the movement of the cards. I feel like I'm pretty sure there probably is a TCG out there in real life that has cards that when you move them, they transition or change or whatever. So I think stuff like that is really neat.
Gotcha. Yeah, those are some really good, very insightful. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about the graphics. I mean, I've would observed them, but couldn't put words to why I felt a certain way about the graphics. Like in Magic the Gathering, totally the case that I noticed with the 3D stuff in Pokemon. Yeah, they do layer their stuff pretty well. Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh graphic art style. I'm like, yo, they're just badass to look at.
The balance is really nice. They have really mastered the art of framing their characters in their card, and you will notice there are certain cards that when it's not done right, those cards just don't. You don't see them as often, because like even when you look at like say the Pot of Greed series, like the different pots, Pot of Avarice, they've done really well with like designing those pots, and they make you even if you don't want to, like the pots, the Kariboos, the Harpies, like they have these sub series within the card game that even if, like me, I'm for the most part a collector. So even if I'm not out here consistently playing the game, me collecting them, I still can find joy in that because I can go for cards that complete a series in my mind or complete a narrative in my mind. I don't know if they still do that as much as they used to. I hope they do, but like the how you know how when you used to get the common cards, it'd tell you like, oh, this fallen knight was slain in battle and rose because it's will to defend its people was stronger than its the sword that slew him. And you're like, oh, that's cool. I want to collect these cards and make him stronger. And I don't know if they still have that as much in the game. I hope they do. Oh, okay. I thought I almost accidentally stole something. I was about to flip out.
Why in the hell they got a card called Sensory Deprivation in Hearthstone? It's kind of that's that kink stuff. Like, the heck?
I don't even read the titles of these cards. I really don't.
I don't know what they're doing.
I try and avoid them.
I don't know what freaky intern got inside the decision room.
They coming out of their what is it? 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
Hey, like the cards I'm gonna do. Okay. But like speaking of the art style again, and then me talking about me a collector. I mean, it kind of reminds me of part of the reason that I got into trading card games in the first place, which was, like my little brother, there's a 10-year gap between me and him. And when one of my goals as being a big brother for him and there's two of them, there's one, they're a year apart, was to make sure that they had quality entertainment in TV, like cartoons, anime, and then video games, and then other toys and things that were coming out for kids. And so originally, I think I was in middle school when I first encountered Yu-Gi-Oh! And at the time, I was really into Gundam models. Shout out to all my Gunplas out there. Yay.
Yep.
If you're a fan of Death Sight and you understand that Duo Maxwell is the best Gundam pilot to ever exist. And he's the only pilot to ever properly use the Zero system. That means you're blessed in life and you're more intelligent than everyone else around you. So that means you'll understand this high tier level, flashback I'm having right now. But originally I was buying a Gundam model and I saw a Genzo 10. And I could only get one because, I'm buying the model. And then everything at the time was like, oh, if it's an import, we're going to charge you an arm and a leg. And so I had my little money that my mama gave me. She was like, you either get the model or you can get the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Because she was like, oh, do you want this? And I kid you not, I looked at those cards and I said, don't nobody want them stupid trading cards. Who would spend their money on this? And I think it wasn't even a month later, I ended up getting my first pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh shortly after that. And I remember, thinking to myself, man, I really want a Genzo card in my collection. And then so a couple months after that, I went back to, it was Electronic Boutiques video game store.
Okay, well,
yeah. AKA GameStop. Don't play with me. Don't make it seem like it's way back times. It's not. It was like a week ago. About a week ago. But so Electronic Boutiques, we went back there and then my mom was like, are you sure you want to spend your money on this? Because last time you said, and I was like, yeah. And they were sold out of all the 10s except for, I think it was the, I can't even remember which one it was. And I don't want to say the wrong one because then people check the dates and be like, you're lying. But it was the first set of 10s. And then after that, I just started buying like separate packs and stuff. But what really drew me into it was three things. One, I enjoyed the art style. Two, me and my little brothers, we used to play. We were watching the anime together, and I used to like pointing out the edits when they would do ridiculous edits to the anime for America.
Mm-hmm.
And so they used to ooh and ah about that, like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." Don't you think it's strange if they point their fingers like that? That's because in the anime they got a gun in their hand. That people don't point like that. Don't you ever go outside pointing like that? People think you crazy. And so, and then three, I thought it would be a good resource to have in order to help teach them or enhance their reading comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, like, because as you're reading the cards, you're learning about the different. You're able to kind of critically think. Your reading comprehension increases, and you're also introduced to new words. And for kids, a lot of times, if they're big words, they'd have to look them up. And so I would always encourage them to go look up the words that they didn't understand. And I would also, and that's how I encouraged them to get better at the game. Because a lot of times they kind of fuss at me and be like, that's not fair because I don't know what this means. And you beat me because, and I was like, well, and so sometimes when we play Yu-Gi-Oh, I have a dictionary there and we would look up words together. And then that way they can try and like understand what it meant. And then I would describe to them what the card should do.
Mm.
And as with all young Yu-Gi-Oh players, sometimes when the textbook level descriptions on the card are over your head, you just come up with an agreement and you shake on it. So we would sometimes do that. And I would always let them negotiate the better version of the effect of the card if they thought that's how it worked, as long as they could explain it to me. And that's why I ended up sticking with Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was my little brother Bud. He really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! So I played that with him. And then later on, I ended up getting into Duel Masters because Book didn't really care for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because he didn't like all the extra reading that was involved with it. And I was like, that's okay. But, I still wanted to find something I could do with him. And so he really appreciated the art of Duel Masters, which that kind of was a bleep on the radar.
Mm-hmm.
But, we played that and I made sure to I bought him a box, a starter box. Because finding those individual packs, I was like, no one else is really playing it. So I had to make sure we had enough cards that we could make different decks and stuff like that. And I always thought it was fun because sometimes we would play while we watched the anime.
Oh,
so we can have the sound effects in the background.
Yeah, wow.
And so I'm a fan favorite of Joey Wheeler. And I know my little brother, he likes to say he's a Joey Wheeler fan too. Like until this day, his favorite card is the Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. That was one of the ones because like in order to get them to like take it serious and actually think critically about certain things, I would always basically challenge. We would have to put up for the duel one of our favorite cards or one of our strongest cards or a card that you use. And so I always told them, like, whatever card you want out of my deck is up for grabs for you. But, of course, you have to win it. And so, and with them, it was always kind of like, well, again, that's not fair because you're better, you're this, you're that. And I was like, but I saw it as a means to encourage them to get better at the game overall. And so, and I feel like it worked. And it also, again, encouraged them to read and learn up on it. And sometimes I let them win just to balance things out. So that way they can always kind of keep an eye on their cards. But then also as a collector, if I thought a card would be worth something later, I didn't want them to sit up here and destroy it because, they're kids. But I do want them to have access to and enjoy playing with the cards that are, that I bought. And that was something that we had to kind of like balance out, which was always fun to do as well. And that's kind of what kept me playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the longest. And then because I kept searching for that Genzo card, oh my goodness, I kind of became this like, especially when it showed up in the show, it was like a eureka moment for me. I was watching the show and then I remember the first time these masked duelist popped up with the cloaks on and the white mask. And then they were going after Yugi, and they were like, "Why is he coming after us?" or whatever. And they were like, "We're rare card hunters." And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so smart!"
Yeah.
I was like, "I can just do that."
Wow.
So I took all my extra copies from rare to ultra rare cards, and I put them in 2 stacks, and I wrapped them, and I just put a question mark on it. And for every duel that I had, I would put up one of those stacks of cards. It was at least 100 to 200 cards in both of them. So like one had 100 and something, and then the other one had about 200 cards in it. And you can only pick one. If you win, you can only pick one. And so, and then I would tell them, and the rarity again ranged from rare to ultra rare. I just kind of mixed them up and put them in stacks. Some people always ask me, why didn't you make them even? Because I'm like, well, it's a choice. I want you to be able to make a legitimate choice. Do you want more cards which could end up being less good, or do you want fewer cards which can end up being better? So you have to weigh those pros and cons. But if they're the exact same number, again, as a kid, I used to put a lot of thought of this. If it's the exact same number, there's no really big choice for you. Because if it's 50 and 50 cards and they all range from the same rarity, then you still run the same chance of getting the same rarity of cards. So mind games, And
Yeah.
I would always present that offer first. It was so shady the way that I would do it.
Okay.
Because like people be over here playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I see. And they'd be like, yeah, do you play? And I'm like, look at us being in an anime.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, of course, I dabble. Well, I'm not that good, but I've seen some of your cards. Are you interested in a friendly duel, of course? And they'd be like, yeah. And I'm like, how about a friendly wager?
Oh, jeez.
And I take out these 2 big stacks. You can pick one of these, and all I ask is you put up your best card. Because I don't know what cards they have. And so, and again, I have to set it up so that they're thinking in their mind their best card in their deck that they're currently using, which is typically that's what I'm talking about. But imagine if someone came to you with this kind of setup, you're gonna agree to it because you're like, man, I want that stack of cards.
Yeah.
And then I would tell them what cards are in there, and I would show them the packs that they came out of, but I wouldn't show them what's in the stack because I'm like, it's wrapped up. So they're in mint condition, they haven't been used, but they come out of these series of packs. And they range from, and then as you see my deck, because we've already played one friendly game, you see that I got some pretty good monsters in there, but I'm pretty shitty.
Oh.
And so that's the setup, right?
See.
And then, but if I wouldn't challenge anybody that was obviously like my little brother's age because they couldn't really comprehend, like 5, 6, 7-year-olds. I'm not finna do that to them.
Right.
But if they're around my age or just a little bit younger or even a little bit older, do long. So, and then always they were like, yeah, you're weak, of course. And I'm like, all right. And so imagine you have your favorite card in your deck, right? And so what used to come up quite a bit was a Blue Eyes. I was like, I'm so sick of these Blue Eyes White Dragons. And so they would be like, okay. And then when I win, they'd be like, I guess you won my Blue Eyes. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, don't you have anything better? I'm thinking this in my head. And so I take the card and I was like, but I'm willing to trade it for a different card if you don't want to part with it. And then they'd be like, oh, really? What card? And I was like, do you happen to have a Jinzo? And they'd be like, no. And I'm like, oh, then never mind. And I just walk away. I was like, my card now. I remember one time I was so disappointed because this dude was talking about his great collection and how he had all these rare cards. And I was like, surely he has a Jinzo. And so I walk over, and after the duel, he did not have a Jinzo. And his favorite card was something basic, but it was like a rare card. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, okay. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be like Seto Kaiba today. And I ripped that card up. I was like, ha ha! Rare card hunter, bitch. And he was like, why did you do that? If you didn't want him, you could have just gave it back.
Jeez.
And I was like, then I wouldn't be a rare card hunter.
Oh my god. This is terrible.
Like, Steto Kaiba, out. And so for the longest, that's how I went about duels. I remember actually, I eventually found my Jinzo.
Oh, okay.
I eventually found my Jinzo. This is when I was working in a library. And there used to be this girl that would come in there and I would be sorting through my collection, just minding my own business. I think I was like 17 at the time, 17, 18. And so I'm just sorting through my cards, minding my business, because it's something quiet for me to do at the desk while I'm doing my library stuff. And so she'd come over there and, I'm explaining this in kind of like anime terms. It's like she'll come over there, ha ha! You play Yu-Gi-Oh? Huh, I bet you I'm better than you. And I'm like, why in the world? Why are you trying to use my thing on me? Like, get away from me. And I was like, well, I'm sure you probably are. I don't really play that much anymore. Figures, coward. Wow! Where did this come from?
Hey.
And she was like, oh, I'm just joking. But no, I'm actually really good. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, it looks like you got some pretty good cards there. And I was like, yeah, I used to actually be something of a rare card hunter, but no one ever has the card I'm looking for. And she was like, oh, well, what card are you looking for? And I was like, I've been looking for a Jinzo. Oh, I have one of those. And I was like, do you?
Yeah, wow.
I was like, nah. I was like, no. I was like, it's okay. Do you have it with you, perhaps? And she's like, no, it's in my binder with my other rare cards. And I was like, you really trying me? You are really tempting me over here. And I was like, look. And I told her, I was like, look, if you want to play a few friendly matches, that's okay. But I would really, because it had been like a year or so since I had done the whole rare card hunting thing. And so I was like, I don't want to take anybody else's cards. And, if I hadn't found it by now, it's probably not meant for me to have it. And so she was like, yeah, let's play. And we ended up playing casual duels. I think we played like 5 while I was there. I won every last one of them.
Wow.
And she was like, well, this is because it's not my best deck. This is just the deck I travel with. And I'm like, who travels with a deck? Meanwhile, I'm sitting up here with 2 decks and 2 hard cases that I keep on me at all times.
We all travel with that.
Like literally, I've walked in the rooms where I put my hand on my hip where I'm about to pull up my pistol and it's just my deck. It's like, you want water? You want earth? You about to calm down? Or like that time, you remember the episode of the anime when Seto Kaiba was on the pier and these 2 dudes were chasing him and they had guns and then they ended up on the another pier and then he turned around and they were like, there he is right there. And then he like pulls the blue eyes and then he throws it at them. And then they're like, ah! I'm like... I want to live in a world where that's possible.
Yes.
I want to live in a world where you can throw a dual monster card at someone and knock them out, and then go over and reclaim this mint condition card.
Yes.
I want to live in a world where you can launch a Beyblade and stop a bank robbery.
Wow.
I want to live in that world.
Okay.
So she was upset because she didn't win any of the, like I say, 5 or 6 duels. We were playing for a little bit, my entire shift, basically.
Wow.
And so it was a slow day. It's a library. Yeah. And so she was like, I'm going to come back and I'm going to defeat you. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, it's really not that big of a deal. And I was like, but, don't worry about it. And then so she came back a couple days later, and this time she brought her husband. She was a young bride. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay. And again, 18, 19, like they essentially, as soon as they graduated high school, it was like, here's your diploma, here's your marriage certificate,
Oh, wow.
kind of a thing. They got married like right away. And so he comes in and he's like, oh, I heard you defeated my wife in a duel. And I'm like, why is he so quiet? And she was like, yeah, that's him. And I'm like, well, how about you take on my challenge? And I'm like, what the? Like, when did we change dimensions where people come to me talking crazy now?
Real life anime.
And I was like, I really don't have time or the patience to be dueling you both, like, one on one like that. And she was like, "Ha! I figured you'd accept our challenge because today I brought Jinzo." And I'm like, "Oh wow, okay, well that's interesting." I feel like those are my exact words. That's interesting. How about a deal? I duel you both in a 1-on-2 challenge. And if I win, I get to pick 5 cards from both your decks. And they're like, and they were like, "Well, what do we get out of it?" I was like, "Well, you say you have your strongest deck today, and you gotta make it worth my while." And I pull out the stack of cards, and she looks at it. She's like, "Oh, okay, wow, yeah." And then he looks at her, and he's like, "So if we win, do we both get to pick a stack of cards?" Like, "I only got 2 stacks." I'm like, "I only got 2, so if you both pick one, you get both stacks." He was like, "Well, yeah." And I was like, "So just to clarify, if you win in this 2v1 duel," because I had just saw the episode where Yugi was fighting against the brothers on the glass skyscraper, and when they lose the glass, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool. I want to do something like that." So I'm like, okay. So just to be clear, if I win, I get to pick 5 cards combined out of both your decks, and if you win, you both get a stack of these cards that are wrapped with the question mark, ranging from rare to ultra rare. And then they're like, "Yeah, deal." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then of course, I got to do my duel. And so we set up and everything. And I remember clear as day, they were such big cheaters. They were such big cheaters.
Oh, man.
Like, every time I'd get distracted or have to do something for work, I'd turn around and she'd go digging through her deck.
Wow.
And I'd hear it. And then one time I looked back and she took like 4 cards and put them on top.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, "What is the world?" And then he'd be moving slow, going through his, and they'd be conspiring. And then I'd turn around and then they'd be like, "Okay, it was your turn, I believe." And I'm like, yeah. And I thought it was kind of cute because their decks were supposed to her deck, the main card was Dark Magician Girl.
Oh, okay.
And his was Summon Skull. And I was like, "Why wouldn't it be Dark Magician?" And then they were like, "Because he's her teacher and not her spouse." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I didn't know your decks was supposed to be having intercourse, but okay." Thanks for letting me know.
Yes.
And so I'm sitting up here and she pulls these cards that she can put on the top of her deck. She swore she just knew she was going to win. And not to mention, the entire time I've had a trap card sitting on my side of the deck field that no one's bothered with since the beginning of the game. And in my mind, I'm thinking, it's a stupid way to win, but I think it was like Reflecting Light or Mirror or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember what the title of it is, but essentially it just bounces back all your damage or whatever. And then I was like, surely they're not stupid enough to try and sit up here and do this all out attack and think they're going to win, and they haven't even gotten rid of this magic card,
right?
Or this trap card. You hadn't even looked at it, whatever. And I'm like, okay. And then they do this thing where he was supposed to go, and I don't know what he was thinking, but he ends up attacking one of my monsters. And then back then, when you attack it and it's face down and you flip it over, you take the difference in the damage. And I had just sacrificed 2 monsters to summon this, so it's a pretty strong monster.
Yeah, exactly.
He attacks it, takes all his life points.
Oh, wow.
I guess their strategy, what was remaining of him, because we had been battling for a while. And so he's like, I'm out. And I was like, yes, you are. And so I'm like, was the strategy all along for him to basically try to force me to use up my cards and then her to finish me off? Because then she does this one card where she gets to pull more cards. So she pulls all the cards she just cheated and put on top of her deck. And then she starts souping up this dark magician that she just summoned out of nowhere. 0 sacrifices. I don't say nothing because I'm ready to get this over. And then she's like, it's over because with this card, I can attack your life points directly. And I'm like, oh no. And then she attacks and I was like, haha, I guess that Jinzo's gonna look good in my collection. She's like, what do you mean? You activate my trap card.
Maybe Magic Cylinder?
I think that's, yeah. And so it like bounces back the damage and then she loses her life points. All the cards they had in their deck sucked. So I only took their favorites. I took the Dark Magician Girl.
Oh my god.
And I took his Summon Skull.
No.
And then I took Jinzo. And then Jinzo, it was so beat up. I was so disappointed. I was like, I should have known. I still have it in my binder.
Oh, yes.
I've had it all these years. But to chase after something, I just knew they would take care of their card. Like, I always assumed that people would take care of their cards the way I took care of mine. Mm. And so I felt like when I finally got it, it'd be like in mint condition. You know, it'd be a brand new Jinzo. And then that was one of the last, like, serious duels that I ever had. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I was like, well, as a rare card hunter, I guess I'm retiring. And then she was like, no, you got to give us a rematch so we can get our cards back. And I was like, no.
That's right.
And so, I mean, you know, that's pretty much kind of like my TCG, you know, coming of age story. You know, I started out playing with my little brothers to give them something to read. We used to play with our cousins and stuff all the time, neighborhood kids. This is back when Yu-Gi-Oh was really popping off, so you couldn't take 2 steps without stepping into a duel. You know, it was kind of like Pokemon in the game. Is in the game. You walk outside. Hey, you have to duel me. Who are you? Don't worry about it. Then when the duel just came out, I thought they were the coolest thing. I wanted one so bad. I was like, we need to get 3 of them. But yeah, like we used to do that all the time. Like, you know, that was kind of like our shows were like we watched One Piece together. That's the first anime we started together. We watched Yu-Gi-Oh together. We watched A.G.L together. I even came up with a whole board game, like a role-playing game based on A.G.L. We all designed our own Momotos and everything. I mean, it was a fun time, you know, and hopefully they remember those moments fondly. But yeah, that's how I got into trading card games. How about yourself? Like, how did you get started in the trading card games?
I don't even really remember at this point. I remember
back in the old times.
Yeah, back in the old times. This was 96. Okay.
Oh, okay.
96 or 98, because I remember the Legend of Blue Eyes. Like, I learned about the Legend of Blue Eyes before the Legend of Blue Eyes came out, and I was like, "Yo, this sound Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, you call it Yu-Gi-Oh? What's this Yu-Gi-Oh?" And in the one store that would have like the games and everything, they had that. So I went and got my first pack ever, which was Legend of Blue Eyes, the first set to come to the US. And didn't pull much of anything there. It took me a while to get a Blue Eyes, but I ended up getting 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons after I wanted to go like with the light deck. I also like dragons already. I like light and dragons. And so one of the most iconic moments for me was like all of the cards I got that were rare, I had to trade for them or buy them. I would just never get good pulls until I pulled my first Metal Raiders pack, and the card in there was the card that nobody could find, Mirror Force. And I was like, yo, I was like, yo, this is predestined. All my decks are light themed decks. Mirror Force, you know what I mean? Come on, like this is meant for me. I never get lucky. I always have to work for my stuff. And that's what happened. So, you know, that's how I got into trading cards. And then there's Pokemon. Pokemon became popular as well, but I didn't really get into it too much because I was enjoying too much Yu-Gi-Oh. I like the dynamic of it, the lore, the gameplay, the rules, and that's, I mean, I guess the rest is history. Oh, I also ended up becoming part of a team called the Shadow Dragon Alliance, where we create our names and everything, our handles, and that's where I came up with the handle Skyryuu. So I was thinking about different handles I could use. At first, it was Sora Hakai because I like Sky Destruction, like a more, cause I'm kind of chaotic. But eventually, I realized, yeah, I really like dragons a lot. I always like dragons, so I said, you know, let me go with Skyryuu, and that became my gamer tag everywhere and everything. And yeah, that the rest is history, pretty much. So that's how I got into the Yu-Gi-Oh TCG.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I remember, I think it was around when I first met you. You were really into like selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like you were kind of something like a YGO broker. You know, like you would look over collections, you'd price them out and flip them for a profit. I mean, has that been something you've done recently, or do you still do that? Or
not recently, especially since my Yu-Gi-Oh collection has been stolen. So that sucked. I was gonna be doing that this summer.
What happened to you? How did that happen?
Long story short, someone who I trusted as a designated person to have access to my storage unit must have left it. They must have thought they left the unit locked properly because they put the lock on there, but the door latch was not latched.
Oh.
So that created a security breach pretty much, and then some person took that as an opportunity to maybe they go around units to see what's unlocked.
Yeah, pull it on the lock.
Pull it on, and there you go. Because soon after that had happened, I didn't know that had happened, but a week later, there was this older gentleman. He said he has a laptop here that he bought off someone that is registered to me. He can't crack it because it was a MacBook, and it's registered to me. And I thought it was a scam, but it wasn't. Come to find out, 6 or 8 months later, I come back. I notice in my storage unit, because I was away the whole time, I noticed in my storage unit, I don't have my trading cards. I don't have my gaming monitor. And I'm like, well, maybe I left my trading cards somewhere else with my friend or something. And my friend kept saying, no, you never left your trading cards with me, bro. And that's when I put 2 and 2 together. Eventually, I was like, yo, yeah, someone stole my trading cards. So
that's messed up.
Definitely a base of $4,000 in value. Potentially 12,000 in value because the cards fluctuate all the time. So really sucks, but yeah. Anyway, one of the biggest things that got me into flipping and selling cards and whatnot, Yu-Gi-Oh, is when I was super dead broke. This was like 15, 16 years ago. It was with my previous ex, and the bank used to charge a tough fee, like $35 for everything that bounced. And that put 10 things bounce and put me in the negative $300 something. At the time, as a broke college student, I couldn't handle that. The only thing I could resort to was this collection I had got off someone for like $200, and I sat down. I kid you not, I sat down for 10 days in a row. I barely showered. I think I showered like 3 times that week at most. And I was just selling the cards to either on eBay or on a Troll and Toad, like trading card website that would buy back used cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold my ass off. I would stack cards 100 a piece, put them, check their code and everything. The cards would be bought back at like 10 cents per card, 5 cents, 50 cents, 20 cents, and everything. And I did that for a straight 10 days. And that in 10 days, I had sold $1,200 worth of my trading card collection. And so, yeah, that's when the broker, the Skyryuu, the trading card broker, was born or created or developed. And yeah, ever since then, I've been selling cards on eBay and helping people sell their cards.
Okay, that's what's up. I mean, I think a lot of folks could probably still use help with that today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, myself, I collect cards. I was actually taking a moment to look this up.
Oh wow!
Infinite cards.
Infinite cards.
Yeah. Back when you in your broker days.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long ago was that? Let's see.
7 years.
7 years ago.
7 years.
Get
Yeah.
out.
Look at these graphics though. Whoever was doing the editing and graphic designs for some of this was like crazy.
That is crazy. I don't even know where those came from.
It's on the YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah, you did that.
Yeah.
Yes, The thumbnails too?
Yeah.
You just did thumbnails. Holy crap. Yes. Okay, yeah.
I also did the camera work.
You did do the camera.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, but yeah. Back in the day, man.
Man.
Yeah, man. You know, we used to.
Special edition pack for my friend who usually has really great luck. Let's see if his luck holds out. Join me for the unboxing breakdown.
Look at that.
Wow.
Hey, look at the sound effects.
Yo.
Skyryuu from Infinite Cards. And this is Unboxing Breakdown, where we focus on what happens after the unboxing. Today's set is Maximum Crisis Special Edition.
Yo, I'm a freaking natural at this. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's not bad. And the editing.
Yeah, we did good work.
But it's real interesting. Even 7 years later, there's still so much room for content that, like, how do I say? The content that's out there right now in terms of trading card games, Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just now seeing content that's something that would be that's I'm trying to find the word that's more that actually gets into more in the depths of things that just weren't talked about back in the day.
I just let it play in the background.
Like good content. There's a gentleman, this young gentleman. He's he talks about different. I guess I can just say different aspects of gameplay in the trading card game. Whereas all the channels and videos back then were, let me open these packs and pack and box opening content and unboxing, and that was pretty much it. And how to play this or that deck, and that's it. Now we're having more variety content in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, Pokemon TCG. There is a lot of content, but there's still so much more that could be done.
Yeah.
I mean, so I like what's out there, but everything's the same. It gets pretty old real fast, and there's just so much.
And I do want that to be a part of what A.G.L. does. I do want my channel to be a space for all things gaming. I mean, that's part of the reason why I went with A.G.L. You know, even though it means Arkansas Gamers League, it's easier enough to expand into the American Gamers League and then All Gamers League. So, you know, it may sound like it came, you know, fairly quickly, or it's a short little, 3 letters, but I feel like, it's a powerful 3 letters that could end up expanding a little bit more. And honestly, like after talking about trading card games and whatnot and playing Hearthstone, and I'm actually, I think I might go buy some packs tonight.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some for the what did we mention? I'm gonna buy a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh packs, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and Disney's
Lorcana.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Ooh, and One Piece. I'm gonna do those 5, and then I'm gonna do a little unboxing.
Yes, I think the latest Pokemon TCG set right now is Scarlet and Violet. Wait, today is we are in August.
Yeah, August 31st.
So Scarlet and Violet Shrouded Fable has come out. I don't know what that supports exactly. But then you have the new sets coming out like Stellar Crown in September and Surging Sparks, which is going to be interesting to support your electric Pokemon. So
I guess I'll wait on those. You know what I want to do, because I've never done this. I've never had it happen yet. I don't think I've ever purchased first edition cards.
Okay. Is it because
it just usually they either run out or they don't have them, or I kind of got into it a little bit later.
I see.
Like I got Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but they're all second prints, not first edition prints. So they were all the second run. Even the Genzo I got was, but if I bought that 10, if I bought that 10, those were first edition cards.
Oh.
Same for Pokemon. I went the same week that Pokemon cards released. For some reason, my cards are not first edition.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, and I just want with the little first edition. I think I have some, but they're not rare ones. They're just common cards that I collected along the way.
Yeah. I mean, especially for Yu-Gi-Oh, those first editions really up the price a good bit, like 10%, 20%. Even 50% in some cases.
Well, it's just I want it just so I could be like, oh, these were first off the mint, first off the line, first in my hand. It's just that little marker. Again, I'm a collector. I've never sold any of my cards, so I mean, even when we were doing like infinite cards and we were doing like unboxings and opening pullings and stuff, I think I pulled some rare cards that you were like, oh, we can fit those, and I'm like, well, I collect, I don't sell. So I'm over that phase, so I definitely want to pull some rare cards that I can sell.
Yes, absolutely.
But I don't know. I mean, honestly, all this talk about trading card games makes me want to go do that. You want to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, well, let's go. Well, I guess this has been another wonderful conversation with Skyryuu, and I've been Teddy TEDDY because I think games are fun. But until next time, GG.
Good game and good night.
Yeah, GG. All right. Well, I'm gonna do an unboxing though too. I'm gonna get the cards and I'm gonna do this exact same setup and I'm gonna do it. All right. I'm about to go now. Bye.